Hi guys. I already talked about it, if that's what you're talking about. That already happened. Last of today? Oh yeah, easy. I mean, come on. Come on, right? It's easy. Princess Shroob isn't here yet. I said 6-2-23. Is it 6-2-23 yet? Impatient asshole, dude. 4-27-23 is not 6-2-23. I'm doing Starfruit Supernova when my joke of a friend Matt decides to play the other excerpt maps. No 64 times 2. You need to be more positive. I don't know, I'm not happy about the Tartarus 3. It's just, I need more... It's not even as much the difficulty that pisses me off. I just don't want another Tartarus. We just don't need another Tartarus. Yeah, thank you. 101 time. This is Forest Interlude. I don't want another Tartarus. It's another level looking the same. We need new concepts, yeah. New concept. Can you just make it a different color? Can you at least, please, Riot, please, listen to my voice. Make it green or blue or something. If you're gonna do, like, it doesn't have to be red and gray. It really can be something else. It's like, it doesn't need to continue this way. That's all I'm saying. Michael, thank you for the sub. Like, if it has to happen, can it just not be the same color? I'm sick of red. I always hated red. Akron would have looked better if it was blue. What's the problem with making a sequel and then it's a different color? It would have been better anyway. Sorry. Okay. Three's already too many. Like, let's be real. How are you guys today? How's it all going? Okay, Maya. There's never enough out of me. I'm the only thing that matters here. That'd be pretty cool. Good luck with that, I guess. Wow. That sounds intense. God damn. Second ever. Thank you for the 145 bit Stark Metal. Cool. Sounds like you had a good day. I'm pretty good at Swingcopter. I used to be like the best. Because of Red Roll Rebirth being like my second extreme. And no one really played Swingcopter back then. So I was like the Swingcopter goat. Oh, I also, what was it, Cook Balls or something? I destroyed that. I guess I got a good whatever for it. I don't know what the word is. I know, Zodiac's 27. Dude, I looked at the list from the end of 2019, and it was really sad to see. It was so good. We just didn't know, man. The end of 2019 was my time, dude. It was my time. I had 2 levels in the top 10. I was actually good. 2019 wasn't that long ago, but it really was also. Hey, Platinum. It was just one of those things, you know? That happened yesterday, too. What do I... Yeah, short hair in a dream. I was... Because, you know, when you're on top, you don't think you're ever gonna not be on top, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, and then if more levels come out, I'll just beat those and stay just as good. And then the truth happens and it hurts. And now I suck. Doesn't that suck? No one cares. No! Dude, I don't know, like, I don't mean any offense, by the way, before I say this, because it might seem like you, like, triggered this or whatever, but for some reason, like, I never get asked to beat any level, but, like, 5 individual people have messaged me saying to beat Cube. I don't know what is going on there. I don't know if it's, like, the same guy, or if it's, like, it's just, it doesn't make it, why that one, of all levels? It just doesn't work in my head. Why Cube? No other level, why that one? Dude, that'd be insane if it was a list on a bunch of alts messaging me. I wouldn't even necessarily put it past them. That's the funny part. I don't know, yeah. Everyone in the chat's one guy. Yeah. This is Maya's great plan. It's just Maya has like 200 alt accounts and just chats on all of them. And then one day Maya's gonna pull the plug and be like, "You were never anything," and then it'll be over. Yeah, if that's true. I'm tweeting this one. Oh, I'm already on Twitter. What the hell? My phone, I guess I never closed it on my phone. You tweet Riot, it doesn't have to be read. Let's not make it. Thought it needs to get out there. Background's not good. I like it. New tweet. This song's good. This song is good. This song's like A tier for GD level. I've seen Breaking Bad. I started watching Better Call Saul, but then something occurred in my life in which I wasn't able to watch things for a long time, so then I stopped watching it. I don't even remember what it was, but I just remember there was a period in my life where I did not have time to watch stuff, and then I just stopped watching. But I've heard it's pretty good. I mean, I watched Breaking Bad, and that was awesome. So, I mean... Dude, imagine if I did the actual end like that. Like, I barely avoided both the top and bottom of those spikes. I dropped Npesta because I just wasn't playing it consistently, and I felt like I had to do more effort to, like, relearn it than I had to, than it was actually worth. And I wanted to do other stuff because Npesta wasn't really motivating me at that point, and I don't really like force myself to do stuff that doesn't motivate me. It's just kind of a problem I have. If something doesn't motivate me, I just don't do it. Issue with me. I can't be like, oh, I have to force myself to play. I can't do it. I mean, look how long it took me. Every single time I ran into a level like Oro or Celestial Force or any level that I really didn't want to do. How many, like, that took in some cases months until I went back to this. Like, if I don't want to do it, oh my god, I'm not doing it. Well, I mean, January was like, I was just playing Oblivion. For the most part. Yeah. Celestial Force took so much effort. Ridiculous amount of effort. I just have such a problem with forcing myself to do things I don't want to do. It's so hard. Kind of a loser in that way, but it's also mental stuff. We're back to the poo cute, are we? I just don't want him to make it red! I just don't make it red! Just don't make it... I hate that stupid ass color! I don't want to look at the screen and see red no more. It's literally my least favorite color. Like, no wonder I hate the list. It's like every level's like red or gray. Like, oh, yeah, let's go. Like, what? Like, come on, dude. Okay, when you put it like that, Xerix, then I look like the idiot. I don't even think, like, there's more than one way to have an intense level. You know what I mean? Wow, that was the worst. Like, it doesn't have to be all, like... Well, it could... Actually, that would be awesome if it was, like, death metal. But, like, it's always intense in the way that it's a death metal. Dude, imagine a death metal top 1. That would be so cool. What do you mean, no? You can't say that, Platinu. You can't say that. Okay. I was gonna be like, of all people, you're not allowed to say that. I don't know, the seventh son needs to get finished. Okay. I trust you. I trust you. You need to do it. Metal needs more. You know what I'm saying? You probably agree. Metal needs more. I don't know anything about it now. Dude, like, imagine if Shimbatsu got a full, like, level. Dude, that would be so cool. If we're talking, like, metal specifically, I'm going through the options. Probably, I don't like ranking them because they're all so good. I guess, okay, Neobliviscaris is definitely my favorite. Like 100%, my favorite artist ever, maybe. And then you got ICDD, and then you got Slipknot, and I don't know which one beats the other one because they're so different. Like if we're talking metal. But the thing is, like, I mean, I love Slipknot, but ICDD takes you on like a journey. You know what I mean? Like you listen to something like, I don't know, it's like an actual like adventure to it all. I don't know, it's hard. I mean, Slipknot's awesome, and their discography is just so much. Have you heard Pandas of the Tempest? If you, well, you probably have it. Like, re-listen to it. It's so good. LOL. For real. Not just something like Libera or anything like that. Oh yeah, like, what's his name? Like Demetrio? Is that his name? He makes really good stuff. No, Demetori, not Demetrio. That's cute. I told you guys, my brain is a little mixed up. Oh my god. I can't believe my brain was like, I like triple checked into my brain was like, is that right? My brain's like, yep, good. It's good. It's good. And I was like, okay. I have seen Wide Step. I didn't know what I expected when I opened the level, but it was not that. Hey, Typer, what's up, dude? No, that spike. For some reason, I'm just not seeing that spike. Need more bands? I mean, okay. If we're just going, I'm trying to remember. I mean, Flesh God Apocalypse is really good. It's hard for me to remember band names a lot, but if you give me some time in my head, I can eventually come up with them. Who the hell made Baba Yaga? Am I stupid? Like, that's the thing. Like, I love that song, but my brain's like, who's the artist who made it? There's The Devil Wears Prada. There's, let's go, brain. Come on, we can do it. I believe in you. Like, why? Imagine Deceit Violation. Imagine. Undead Corp. So not. Pantera. Be so good. so much more. It's so hard. I do this with all the music I listen to. Sometimes I just really struggle to find the artist name. It's just one of those things. But yeah, stuff like that, I guess. To see Violation top 1 would be so good, dude. Why can't someone make that? Why isn't anyone... Dude, imagine if that's the way the community went. How cool would that be? Imagine how intense that'd be. You're at the Violated. It is. Like, how would you do it? I'm not a bit told Terry. I'm not going to play that right now, but I have played a Fractal. Pretty cool. I like Demetria stuff. Sorry, Dematory, I should say. Slaughter Prevail. There we go. Yeah, it's just, like, now it's so obvious that you said it. It's like, why could my brain just come up with that earlier? You know? Dude, that reminds me of maybe the single funniest, like, tweet I've ever seen in my life. Where, like, some, like, left-wing guy was, like, doing a performance for, like, a death metal band. And it was, like, the hardest performance of all time. And some super religious nut job guy quote retweeted him, like, do you guys really find this masculine? This is the death of America. And it's, like, literally the hardest death metal screaming of all time. And it was, like, the funniest tweet I've ever seen in my life. He was getting cooked. That guy had the worst day on Twitter maybe ever. Thank you, Solitary. Thank you. It was so funny. Like, how do you look at someone doing, like, a perfect death metal, like, set and go, oh, wow, that guy's so unmasculine. What? I just don't, how do you do it? How do you bring, oh, you remember what I'm talking about? It's so funny, I still remember it. I don't even know how long ago it was. What's up, Cronin? How you been, dude? Nice to see you around. Oh, the Faceless. Duh. Oh my god, I almost went a whole conversation without mentioning the Faceless. LOL? See, it's so obvious, but I can't remember anything. Platinum, you need to listen to Autotheist Movements 1, 2, 3. You need to listen to them if you haven't already. You will like them a lot. I don't know how popular that is, but it needs to be listened to. It's metal. It's all metal stuff. I don't know if you listen to metal. Like metal. I'll do it if you listen to the thing I said. It's like a swap. You guys should listen to more metal. You might really like it. I didn't start listening to metal until a few years ago. I was like, oh, this genre. won't like it too much, and the one day I was like, oh, I'm it now. It's become me. I don't even know how to describe what makes metal so good. It's like, it feels like you're going on a journey where you're like, I don't know, like the hardest journey of all time, where you have to like fight the forces of evil and whatever. And every single time I listen to a single song, it's like, it's just so powerful stuff. I don't know. I feel like I could like literally I could just break a table in half when I'm listening to metal. Like it feels so powerful. When I'm listening to like electronic music that like transports me through like a journey, I usually listen to like trance stuff, because that usually journifies whatever I'm doing. No, it's crazy. It's like, oh yeah, Coca-Cola's so like trans. I don't know, dude. You gotta like, you just have to do it all in one go. Like if you like the Angel the Demon is like teleports you away for 2 hours. It's so good. I will listen to that. It sounds good. It sounds like something that will do what we were talking about. I'm doing good. A lot of people are like think I'm like sitting here foaming at the mouth all the time with the space thing, but I'm not. Like, I'm just really mad at him. I'm not like sitting here like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not something I wake up and I'm like, oh, I need to think about this constantly over and over again. You lose. You're banned. It's over. The only thing that kind of pissed me off is I got DMs afterwards, after the stream, saying like I needed mental help because it's not that serious and you don't get it and you're getting mad for all these reasons that they understand better than me. Like a lot of people were like, it's due to his trauma as a kid, that's why he's so mad right now. And I was like, you'll just say anything. Like what do you like? Yes, I'm a genius. I know exactly what's going on. Like, what do you mean? I'm just mad. I'm just mad. It was insane. Some of the logic these people were taking. I saw one comment that said without a shadow of a doubt, and I'm like, it was insane. Someone sent me this comment. I was like I couldn't believe what I was reading. They were saying like, oh, well, a normal person wouldn't get this mad. What's happening is he had a middle school bully. Like he just made something up. He was like, he had a middle school bully, and obviously when he was yelling at him instead of space. You don't get it. He was projecting on that event. I was like, what am I reading? And this one, I couldn't believe what I was reading this morning. I was like, I don't know. Like I was actually at a loss for words. It was the most insane comment I've ever seen. I don't know. I literally couldn't believe what I was reading. Okay, no one's allowed to feel emotions. It's a video game. It's not that serious. I just don't get it. I think I said this in a lot of places. I think a lot of those people are just people who have like, they literally just sit on their ass and do nothing all day, and then they get around and be like, oh, look at you, you're so passionate about this thing, what a loser, even though they do nothing all day. And they're probably really jealous of people that have good things happen to them for the effort they put in, because they're sitting around doing nothing, expecting things to happen for them while they're doing nothing all day. And it's just like, what do you know? Like, literally. Yeah, for real. like, what, you can say that about anything. It's like, it's so insane. Well, okay, there's the kind of people who do nothing I mean, some people just do nothing, that's fine. But then there's the people who do nothing and think they deserve something. You know what I mean? They literally just sit around all day and then get upset when, like, other people get, like, praised for stuff and stuff like that and say, well, why am I not that? Like, there's people like that. Look, I don't know what to tell you. Like... For real. And also for the people who heard me say that and think I'm some like mega capitalist hellhole guy, I think that everyone should have basic needs. I think we can all agree about that. You know, I don't think someone like deserves to not have basic needs ever. But when it comes to literally anything else, if you're gonna sit around and then get upset when other people get things that you want for doing things, you're not doing anything. You need to do something. Care about something. Guys, everyone should try caring about something at least once in their life. It's very important, in my opinion. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I literally don't think those people do anything except gatekeep and do nothing. Yeah, that was really good. It's not even the first time it's happened, which is like the frustrating part. It's like, really? Because if you hold too much, you still die. For everyone who thinks I'm just solely an idiot, you need to do it in the middle. I know we just got a large uptick about other people thinking they understand anything from anyone else's perspective and thinking they can judge other people for that. For some reason, I don't know what it is about the internet now. Something happened where people think that their perspective is the only good one and everyone else is just crazy. The entitlement is wild, wild, it's wild. It's not all about you, my man. I don't know. It's impossible to know if they were always there, if the internet made them, or... Maybe it's just the internet allowed their opinions to matter to anyone. Because otherwise they just live in some random place where no one ever has to interact with them. so lame. Lame, lame, lame. It was a good run. I just want to get back to the duel and actually passive, because the last time I got to the duel that many times, it just did nothing for me. But that wasn't very fun. Compared to the rest, I mean, it's definitely harder than any other part, but not like it's still possible to do it. I just think the most annoying kind of person is the people who, like, show pity for you. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, the people who are like, oh, I'm so sorry you can't see the real perspective that I see. It's so pathetic. I'm not even pathetic. They're just like, oh, I really hope you can see the real perspective eventually. Wow. Wow. It's like, oh, lol. It's so bad. And then people will come and accuse me of that, like, oh, you're the kind of person to say that sort of stuff because you think you're better than whatever. The thing is, like, the problem with... It's a complicated issue. I don't think that I'm better than anyone. I think that there is a certain level of bad thing you can do where it's kind of... You're kind of not, like I wouldn't respect you anymore. But it's one of those things where it's just like, I mean, you gotta put your foot down at some point. There's certain things, everything's a balancing act, but like, I'm not gonna go and see the perspective of someone who is like anti-LGBT, for instance. Like, I'm just not going to do that. And then you could say, well, then you're refusing to see it from my perspective, therefore you think your perspective is better than my perspective. And I really don't have a good counter to that, because in reality, that's true. I'm not willing to see that perspective. I refuse to accept any point of view that would harm a group of people ever. I just can't do it. I'm not gonna be that way. Mario's Magic, thank you for the sub. But then from their point of view, I'm just being just like them. I'm just saying I refuse to see your point of view and they refuse to see mine. And it's this weird balancing act. Because then it's hard, because then are you morally better than people? What is the conclusion you draw? I refuse to think that I'm on like the same level as someone who does that sort of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? But I also don't want to imagine myself as, oh, I'm morally superior to this group of people. And it's just like, oh my god, it's so much. Like, there's no... That's the thing about words. You know what I mean? It's just, they try to describe all these complex feelings and emotions that can't really... It doesn't really work like that. Right, that's the thing. A lot of people that I view as bigots, they don't view themselves as bigots. Exactly. Very true. Yeah, it's something I've cared a lot about. Like, morality. And that's also something I've noticed from, like, a lot of other people with autism. Like, morality and fairness and all that sort of stuff. For some reason, it's a very clear concept to us. I'm not sure why. It just is. Right, yeah, I agree. Like, intuitively, you don't want to say that you're better than anyone, but everything has exceptions. And I'm not gonna pretend I'm on the same level as someone who hates another group of people. Biggest thing I've changed my mind about? I'm trying to think. I've changed my mind a lot. I'm a pretty open-minded person because I constantly believe I don't really see the full... There is no way to see the full truth, really. I mean, you just pick up things along the way. I'm trying to think. I wasn't really a kid... Since I was raised in a very, like, left-leaning household, a lot of the opinions that I hold now, I still held then. Even though my parents never really forced anything on me. It was just kind of like that. I've never really had a whole lot of trouble, that's another thing. I've never really had a whole lot of trouble, like, figuring out what I believe about stuff instead of just, like, being told I should believe this or whatever, if that makes sense. I think the major thing I would say is my attitude towards drugs and their legality as a whole, just because when I was a kid and when I didn't know as much about it, I was like, yeah, all drugs are bad, and if they are legal, then more people will die. And then as I got older, I started to learn about, like, stuff like fentanyl, like, overdoses, unregulated medication, the money that certain groups of people get, and my perspective on that changed a lot over time. For sure. That was one of the main things for me, I'd say. It's crazy looking back at it, like, a different version of me and not even understanding how I thought that way, though. Because, like, for instance, in 2018, I was very, like, anti-bypass. I didn't believe that that was fair. Which is interesting looking back, because why wouldn't it be fair? Then we can all play on the same level. You know, we can all play on, like, the same playing field. I mean, the argument against it was mostly for we don't want external programs in our games because that's a slippery slope. And arguably it was a slippery slope. And I think it was a slope that landed for the better. Even if a lot of bad things have come out of it. Being able... yeah, that was what we were most worried about. We were worried about external programs being used eventually for stuff like bots, which did happen. And other stuff like that. But everyone being able to play on the same player field grew the playing community exponentially. So I would say it was for the best. Kornak, thank you for the sub. It was just a different time in 2018 also, to be fair. Yeah, definitely a net positive, for sure, for sure. Yeah, the thing is, like, I think almost everyone that I know that actually is, like, down to, like, listen to real facts that aren't made up would agree that drugs should be decriminalized so that people don't go to jail for, like, using drugs, because that is just, that's like beating up someone who's already hurting. I don't know a single person that would disagree with that. Honestly, I don't. Yeah. People being arrested for having addictions is terrible. It's not like it's something you can just, like, stop so easily. If there's anything we learned recently, it's that. I mean, it's just not recently, but, like, it's everyone learned. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I guess. People over the age of 60. But anyone who's willing to have an open mind about it. It's just so hard. It's like a lot of people, because they haven't experienced addiction themselves, they're like, it's easy and it's not as bad. That's a problem that we have. Again, it's just that thing with, like, not understanding people's perspectives. We're just like, well, it hasn't happened to me, so clearly it's not that bad, or it's what this, or whatever. And it's like a really big issue. Oh yeah, selling drugs is a different story. Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. It's just like a lot of people take drugs for dumb reasons. Like they're just hanging out with friends and they want to try it. But also, you have to understand, it wasn't taught in school that a lot of these drugs are that bad. Okay, like that's the thing. Some of these people, most of the people, almost every story I've heard, they didn't know like how bad the addiction was actually before they got into it. That's the thing. It's hard to punish someone for a lack of knowledge, especially if they grew up in an area that was poorer or something like that. An area that didn't have that much access to that knowledge. And it's not like it was taught in school. All it was taught in school is drugs are bad. You shouldn't do them. Which isn't helpful at all. Because the word bad is such a blanket statement. Alcohol's bad for you. It can ruin your life, but not like meth. You know what I mean? Those aren't comparable. Yeah, I mean, in highly funded schools, maybe a different story, but in like, you know, the slums and other places that are already hurt by such terrible issues, I mean, a lot of them will just start taking drugs because, one, they have a really bad life situation, and you don't know, like there's certain types of pain, man, that someone's just gonna look at something like a drug like that and just be screwed, and then their life is ruined. You know, you don't know. We can't know what they've been through. I'm not saying it's every case. Some people know exactly what's going to happen to them when they start taking drugs, but I don't think it's the majority. I don't think a lot of people want to voluntarily ruin their life. Humans are not usually like that. Damn it. So close, dude. So close. This is really unfortunate right there. Yeah, I don't know. It is a fidget spinner. I guess my brain like brushed that under the rug or something, but that is exactly what that is. I mean, it's just kind of random whatever drugs like are shown as like acceptable. Like, I'm not saying weed is without its flaws, but I think like caffeine is arguably worse, and that's like even more accepted. Damn, that sucks. I need the star sound effects. Check this out. Dude, I haven't heard that noise in so long. It's so weird. I knew he was coming eventually. Not there though. I didn't expect that to be the place. So it kind of jump scared me a little. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Yeah, the anticipation actually kept that attempt going. I was like, don't die. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Don't die. Maybe it's like a strat. Dude, that reminds me. I don't know if you guys know who Boji is. He's like the best 4K player. He made his miss like visual thing like a picture of like Jeff the Killer, so that when he missed during an FC, it would just like flash on the screen as like an incentive not to miss. And there's like a clip of it, and it was like the funniest thing of all time. He's like 5,000 notes into I Can Fly on the Universe, and then he missed. And it just like flashed on screen. He like jumped out of his chair. Okay, no, caffeine can be super useful. It's just legitimately chemically addictive. Weed is not chemically addictive, but you can get addicted to it, absolutely. Yeah, caffeine doesn't work on me either. Lol. It just literally doesn't work. My liver doesn't break it down, break it down, break it down. Like, it's not even like I'm weak to it or anything. It just doesn't, like, I tried, like a large amount of it at one point to see if it would do anything, and nothing happened. Yeah, there's a large group of people. It's not super, like, uncommon. It's either, I think the two ways it can happen are either liver doesn't break it down into the thing that the brain has receptors for, or your receptors just aren't, like, are just misshaped and they don't work for that specific thing. I wish energy drinks worked on me, but not actually. It'd be cool for like one Mania session, and then I'd be like, can't really do that again. Speaking of Mania sessions, dude, best Mania session of my life yesterday. Like, I was like, because Mitch wanted to hang out, and I was like, oh, I really should play Mania because I'm like skill boosting right now, and I really want to get my session in. And I went to his house and played on his setup, and for some reason I was just like, oh, no difference. I guess I can peak now. Let me do all these scores like I never do before. It was so, like, awesome. Like, because I've never been able to play on someone else's setup in any game. But to, like, actually be able to play on someone else's setup and do that well was, like, really powerful to me. It's, like, really showing the improvement I've been making. And also because on that setup is my old bloody BA20, which is like the best Mania keyboard of all time. I'm serious. If you play Mania, you need to try out the bloody BA20. It's like it's playing for you. Like, you don't even have to do anything. High refresh rate makes levels significantly easier. Like, you need it to play at a top level, but you can just bypass. You can still do a lot of really hard stuff on 60, but like if you want to be like really good, you would need to use bypass or get a better monitor. That's just how it goes, unfortunately. Dude, I'm so good. Like, I can't describe how good the bloody BA20 is. You just need to use it. It literally feels like cheating. It's also cool to get scores when, like, in the room with other people. It's just, like, weird. I'm not used to that. It just didn't feel real at all. It felt like a fake event that didn't actually happen, but it was pretty awesome. Yeah, it's crazy. I remember when I first got my 144, I was like, wow. The world has expanded. It's crazy. It's so cool. Literally, the only problem with playing on a setup is it was literally like 80 degrees in his room. It was so hot. So every session, to avoid like sweating over his setup, because I didn't want to do that, I would literally have to get up and walk around for like 5 minutes after like every score. Awesome. I'll probably give them a listen during my next bridge session. Bridge and music go hand in hand. Like, I listen to music when I play bridge because it's just like, it adds so much. So good. Hey, Binox, what's up, dude? The flies are kind of genius if you think about it. Like, they wait until no one wants the food and they're like, we are designed to handle it. We can do it. Like, it's kind of genius by Mother Nature. Like, if there's a source of energy, some animal can use it. Kind of crazy. Music while playing GD is just too distracting at this point. Yeah, nothing goes untapped. Yeah, the scavengers and decomposers are like never hungry. They find it. They find their next. Yeah. When I was playing Oblivion, I watched a lot of Troy videos because it was just like good background noise. Yeah, no, I made this point like yesterday, but I think dogs are just better than us. Like, yeah, we're more complex, but who cares about complex? You know what I mean? Like, complex doesn't matter. Dogs are happy no matter what. They're just happy to be around. Yeah, shoot me a DM, Binox. I'm down to see what it is. Yeah, a lot of our complexity makes it sad. Although I personally enjoy being able to think all these things, but I mean, if I never knew it, I wouldn't know it, right? You know what I mean? I don't know, I've always just been a dog person. Dogs just like gravitate to me. They hang out with me. I'm that guy. I'm not a cat person. I like cats, but they don't like me. Yo, Pushman, thank you for the 10 gifted, man. Really appreciate that. Thanks, homie. Much appreciated, thank you. Another thing about dogs that I often like to think about, is like for example, like I was on this like chair that didn't really have room for a dog, but Mitch's dog came up there anyway, and definitely didn't even look comfortable at all. But like, I think he just convinced himself he was, and that was enough for him. You ever notice dogs just do that? They don't care. It's like they just mentally decide whatever they're down for, no matter what the actual physical situation is. I got very scared there because I picked up my water glass and I heard it like make contact with my microphone, and I was like, that's not good, that's not good. And then it was fine. I do not play Roblox obbies. I did as a kid though, and I was like 12. And I have seen the Towers of Hell from my brother who did play it. I don't know anything about it except there's different colors. And you go up the different colors. And I think if I was a kid and I just don't like the movement. Or like I watched him play it. I just don't like the movement in it. It doesn't look like something I would enjoy. The movement looks pretty annoying to deal with. Like, and I'm not just like down to just like discredit any game, no matter like what the target audience is, if the movement's good, whatever it is, but it just doesn't look like something I'd enjoy. Minecraft is really fun for parkour. I don't know about all like the advanced stuff, but a lot of the stuff is really satisfying to pull off. You know what I want more of? I need more only sprint maps for parkour. I need like complex only sprint maps made. Those are so fun. Where you're just like, you have to complete a course without ever breaking your sprint. Oh my god. It's literally the most fun I've ever had, like in a movement-based game. Like, it's ridiculously fun. Minecraft parkour can get really consistent because it works on, like, Minecraft works on ticks, you know what I mean? And, like, it checks the collision with everything on ticks. Obviously, your movement is smooth, as we all know. But when it actually checks when, like, the ground, like, if you're on the ground, if you can jump or not, if you're allowed to, if you're hitting an object, that all works on ticks, and every tick is, I think, like, I don't remember how many milliseconds it is. 58, I think it's like 50 milliseconds. So it's something that you actually can control. To some degree. Like, obviously not 100%, but you can get good at it. Yeah, 20 ticks in 1 second. And it's satisfying to, like, figure out how many ticks you need to run and all that sort of stuff. If it doesn't tell you, I don't really like when it tells you. I prefer to, like, try to, like, trial and error figure it out. Because, like, a part that was, like, if you're doing, like, a longer course and you're at a part that's, like, really hard for you at first, once you figure out what you need to do, then it's, like, this part is not so hard anymore. And then you get further faster, and I like that feeling. I don't know anything about Roblox parkour, so I can believe that. But Minecraft parkour is really complicated because you move faster if you are at like a specific angle and holding like a directional key rather than just holding forward. So there's a lot of like weird turn strafe stuff you can do to make it complicated. Yeah, that's also true. Every jump gives you slightly more momentum. I like Minecraft. It's a really cool game. So much to do in it in Minecraft. Occasionally I'll just go on with a bunch of friends and like race Manicube parkours. It's pretty fun. It's a good, like, party parkour server, is how I think about it. Well, if you like, so do you know what 45 strafing is? Because that's what I talk about. Like, when you jump, if you wait, like, I don't remember how many ticks, but if you snap to 45 degrees and then hold, like, A or D or some directional key, you'll actually go a little bit further. Now it's 6 people a sub. And you can, like, if you jump, like, even just on flat ground, you jump, do a 45 strafe, and then snap back once you're done moving, and then jump again, do another one, jump again, do another one. You can continuously build speed to make even further jumps. But it's, like, really hard to do. Is this new tech or super old? I'm not sure when it was, like, a thing that happened. Honestly, I'm not the knower, really. I've been playing for a long time and I don't remember seeing any 45 strafe related stuff a while ago, but that doesn't mean it didn't exist and people just weren't skilled enough to use it yet just because of how things, you know, it's like how in a lot of like speedruns, they knew about strats for a long time, but they just didn't do it because they didn't need to yet. Stuff like that. I mean, I can believe you. I don't know anything about Roblox parkour, and I know that there is so many people who play Roblox that I would not be surprised if the skill ceiling was pushed further than this. Like, it's really hard to underestimate how many people play Roblox, and especially with the knowledge of how good kids are at video games nowadays. I would not be surprised at all. Because I'm especially willing to believe that because of Robeats and how far that pushed the 4K meta because of players like JKZU, players like Kane Mining, playing that and just completely destroying 4K. Definitely wouldn't surprise me at all if that sort of thing was harder. Also, what's up, Izzy? How are you on this fine day? Let's go. Yeah, the 4K community has gotten so much better because until FNF, there wasn't a lot of 4K exposure in the US, and a lot of US children started picking up the game 4K after that happened. And a good chunk of them are already better than I could ever be, I'd imagine. There's a lot of, like, new deltas and stuff like that. Although I think I can get delta eventually. I'm doing good. I played a Dance of Fire and Ice. I did all the games. Games levels of, like, the main game. Wow. So I'm probably in the very much minority here, but I don't really care if Charlie makes a video about the space stuff. I don't see what the point would be. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. There's not really a point. It doesn't really feel like... It's just not the kind of audience that really would care about something like that, I think. Now, Carl making a video on it, that makes sense. That is something that I think is going to be really good because it will spread kind of what happened to the audience that I think like deserves to see it, if that makes sense. Yeah, the guitar thing was different. Is there after a point? No, but it's not something that I really feel like there needs to be, like we need to bring this to his attention. We need him to know, that sort of thing. It's nothing that it feels like it's worth bothering someone about, and it also just doesn't feel like there would be a point. I'm gonna go ahead and not believe that because there's no proof of it, just because there's no proof of it, I guess. And there is an overwhelming amount of evidence in my head that isn't that. Not saying it's impossible, because as we all know, there's no, I don't, like, even if I trust someone 99.9999999%, there's still a 0.0001% chance that they're just a terrible person, and that's just how it is. You know? Anything's possible, but I'm also gonna give people the benefit of the doubt if it's not, like, proof, because people on the internet are just nasty. They'll just say whatever, you know? This is bait title, yeah. My best is actually 19. If he doesn't like Zeronium, Zeronium's the goat. I don't know a lot of people in the GD community are like, Zeronium, that guy? Oh, I hate that guy. Like, that's not something that I hear very often. He's the goat. I mean, of course, there are people that will hate anyone. Because, you know, why not? But still. That sucks. That just objectively sucks. I'm so sorry. I had good ramen the other day. How does that make you feel? It was good on my throat and everything. I had like the evil version of the meal that you had, where the broth was like really good on my throat and it felt good. Although if we're naming any of the two ramens as evil, it's you. You got the evil ramen. I like spicy, but my stomach doesn't, so I don't even bother with it. Like, sure, I can handle a good amount of it going in, but that doesn't mean that it'll be very fun in any other... Like, I'm not... No. Not worth it. It's just not. My stomach isn't ready. I have a very weak stomach, so it's just like, no. It's so good, yeah. It's just so savory. You know? I love savory food. Go. What does savory mean? It's just like... This is a hard one to describe. How do you describe food that tastes savory? Can you guys help me? I don't have the words. Yeah, umami. The fact that that's the word they use is like... Like examples like pierogies. When I think savory, I think like mashed potatoes, pierogi, stuff like that. It's just like, ugh! Why can I not? I have never been so lost in trying to describe something I understand so well. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, normally when I think of something, I find it really easy to describe what it is that I'm trying to explain, but I literally don't know how to describe this. I have no idea. Yeah, I think it's just, yeah, qualia. It's GG, yeah. You can't really describe that. You can't describe hearing without hearing. Now I'm curious. Savory definition. I need to know. This is not good. belonging to the category that is salty or spicy rather than sweet. It's over. Is it wrong? No, but it's one of those things where it's being described by what it's not. You know what I mean? And that's when it's like we're not defining that. If the internet can't do it, we're not going to make that happen. All right, see you, dude. Monitor list some favorite foods. I already did that, but it's like it doesn't help us get anywhere closer. No, don't worry, guys. I'll fix for turn 0. I'll do it. Entire team couldn't do it, but I'll just get good enough of the editor. You guys aren't ready. I'm the best. Yeah, surely I can do it. I mean, I am a genius, so can't be so hard, really. I'll have return 0 finished in the next 2 months. Sorry, on turn 0. It's just not being made anymore. It's too hard to make. But don't worry, as I said, I'll do it. I got it. I'm the best. I made this level, by the way. So, I already kind of know what I'm doing. I gave it to like CD Music to pass off as like a mega collab because I didn't want people like to know yet that I was that like talented and gifted, because I didn't want people blowing up my DMs like, oh my god, you're the best creator I've ever seen. Can you make this and this? But you know, I just needed that space. You know what I mean? And now I'm starting to get ready. You know, I was starting to make about it. It's just the editor's not really prepared for the 17-minute level. It's not, it doesn't work well. That was the big issue. Make it shorter. Make it short. I don't know, it's funny to me. You can't, it's the entire point. You can't just make it shorter. Okay, but that means 2.2 has to come out, which I still don't think is happening. I'm still in that camp. And when it does come out, we're gonna have to like probably go and fix like a million things ourselves. You know what I mean? Before we can really continue progress in any capacity. Like, let's be real for a sec. I thought I had it. I thought I had it. I had it. No, like, literally, I mean, this could all be mitigated if, like, RobTop actually, like, included members of the community in the, like, the beta testing and that sort of stuff, but I guess he's just not gonna do that. That's the one thing that actually, like, kind of genuinely pisses me off. It's his game. He can do whatever he wants. It's just one of those things where it's like, why wouldn't you? It's like not even, like... It's not even like you need to pay them. They'd probably pay you. Like, literally. like, they would, like, I don't know. It's one of those things. Really like Gamer, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate it. Ugh, my eye is like, it like opened on its own volition. Or something's happening in the back of it or something. I don't know. Something's up with my red eye. You never know, yeah. Yeah, I'll verify it by creating the level in my head. I made a few levels that way already, actually. I need the only reason I would actually genuinely want to, like, yeah, I was literally just about to say it. Like, it's so frustrating when I listen to Random Amethyst because it's so vivid. I've never experienced anything where a level is so vividly in my head and it just can't exist. Like, it's literally one of those levels that would get, like, it would be like, it was so good. Like, I don't even want to, like, it sounds like a boost to my ego, but it's like, it's so good. I can see how good it would be. I don't care. It's that good. I just can't make it. I can't do it. It's just right there. It's right there in my head. It's right there. Just get it out of my head and into the world. But how? How could I do it? There's no way. You know how. Let's hear it. What's your great plan? I know, it feels like I can't. Another one of the issues is, like, I feel like I can't just start by making that. And also, I don't have time to start making. With what time? With what time am I making levels? It's just not. Like, how? We need more. More. I could maybe do that. 2,700 hours. Not enough. You know, it takes 10,000 hours to be a master or something, so. You're only 1/4 of the way to being a master. Not that good, in my opinion. Kind of embarrassing, actually, like, if you want me to be real for a second. Like, you only have, like, I don't know. Damn you, the overcorrection, the overcorrection, the overcorrection. Here's the overcorrection. I need to think less and stack more. That's what I'm thinking. Just get it done, you know what I mean? What was I even gonna say? Oh yeah, I was wondering, who do you think has like the most hours on their global timer out of anyone? What's the highest that number's ever gone legitimately? No, like in Celeste, like on their global timer specifically. Most hours on any game is probably like League of Legends, if I had to guess. Some amount. Isn't it crazy how most of us don't even interact with that sphere, but it's like the biggest one? Really goes to show, like, if you're not a part of a specific community, like, that's just a giant part of the internet you're just not gonna see. If that's what the great algorithm decides you don't see. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, do I hate Lisp? That's a really strong word. I just think he's like a narcissist. Have you like looked through his Twitter before? It's pretty apparent if you do that. I remember there was one stream a while back I saw, and it was like Lisp versus Wesp. And it was like the most insane. Was anyone around? I don't even know if anyone's seen that stream. It was not that many people watching. It was like the most insane stream I'd ever heard in my life. The things that were swinging at each other. Like, oh my god. Coughing baby versus coughing baby. Well, I'm not just gonna slander someone on stream because that isn't something I do, but there are reasons. There are definitely reasons. I cannot. I don't like PooCube. Why does everyone want to talk about PooCube? I don't like it. It's bad because I don't like the one part at like 70% where it's like, oh, you made it this far? Well, good luck because there's 2 9 CPS spams now. Which doesn't sound that bad, but I can't do them. I don't like it. 9 CPS is not easy to just pull out of your ass like that and do like hard clicking. Unless you're like really like good at that sort of thing. And I am not.